Let us see an example of our solution, a demo. So as mentioned earlier, our solution is fully integrated in SAP. So these are the transactions it can be accessed through. Like other SAP transactions, to create, to change, and to display, it is ending with 01, 02, and 03 respectively. So let us go ahead and create a costing run. In the initial screen, we see our controlling area, and since we have not yet saved this costing, we are seeing a temporary number. Let us proceed. Here we see an option of selecting costing variant. Costing variant holds necessary pricing strategy related settings and other settings to update date and other costing relevant settings. So we will be selecting OPC1, and here we have an option of either proceeding with an existing costing or a material number with reference, without reference. So in this case, a customer has inquired about a particular material, so we will be proceeding with this option, and this is the material and he has inquired about 10 of those. So here is the initial screen. uh, this is the existing structure of that material, and in this material we will be doing necessary changes. So first, let us see how we can add a assembly uh, which is already there in SAP. So I need to add an assembly on one uh, level down, and I can add through selecting a component. And since this material is already existing in SAP, we can give a material number, and we just need to mention the quantity. So this quantity is the quantity in the bill of material of the electric roller shutter motor. So we have mentioned one for each. Since we had 10 pieces of electric roller shutter motor, we got 10 of these. We can also see if any component is an assembly or not uh, by displaying that field, and here it shows this material is an assembly, and if you wish to further see the components used to make this product, we can explode the material bomb structure right away. So it consists of these components and additional overheads. So now we have added an assembly which was there in SAP. Let us try to add something which is not yet there in SAP. The master data is not yet set up. So same process here, choosing the component. But here we cannot give the material number since it is not there in SAP yet. So we need to select this temporary material option and give a description to it, and give just two basic details: the material type and what could be the price of that material, and what would be the quantity in the bill of material. Once we do that, our material gets added here. Now let us try to see adding an operation. So I right clicked and add an operation one level down. This operation is to assemble these two components that we just added, and we can use this work center. We can change the description to be more specific, and we can add the activity times this operation is going to take. So here the operation got added. If you like to uh, put all operations together, we can select this, and we can select any other operation and move all selected items same level. So basically we can move any component in any hierarchy. We can move a component under another component one level down, or we can arrange it together like we just did now. So we have added an operation, uh, we have added an assembly, and we have added a component which is not yet set up in SAP. Now we can also change quantity of any of the components, and in this case, because of the heavy weight, we need two drives. So currently we have one, so I can just make it two, and here the quantity became 20 pieces for 10. So let us try to save this version so that we get a costing number also. And here we got 8067, and 00 is always the first version. And we can add we can create new version also. And here are the options of creating automated quotation and sales order, which we can cover in the next webinar. But you can see now how if a conversion is okay, we can directly create a quotation or a sales order through it. So let us come back and create another version. Just to be on the safer side, let's try to save this again. Okay, let's create another version. In this version, we need to add a sheet metal with painting and uh, a folded one. So we can use the feature of adding a super bomb through template costing. So here in material, we will be selecting a sheet metal, and it needs to be painted and folded. So I need to select control key in selecting multiple options. So we got these values, and also we need to remove the packaging. And here we can first delete it softly and see the effect of removing packaging from the overall cost. And if it's okay and you are confirmed that you do not no longer need the costing, you can delete it permanently. So we have created two versions now. Let us try to save this one. And we can certainly compare these two versions now. Now in comparison, we have option of standard comparison, where you can compare with respect to standard key figures. So we will be selecting both of these versions, and we can see important key figures such as total value and percentage of material cost in both of these. So since we added and removed two sets of components, so the difference between these two it is not much. Let's see uh, what comparisons we could see while comparing the add-ons. So here up to level is, since we like to see the comparison at the lowest level, we can give 99, like just to say that we like to see the whole comparison, and mark differences to the first base object costing. So the version which was there when we click the compare costing becomes the base costing, and the other version will be compared with that. Other options we have is previous base object costing. So this is to, if we have three versions, then the third version could be compared to the second one, and the second one could be compared with the first one, like that. So in this case, we will be choosing the second option. We will select the costing. So the left side is the second version, 01, and 00 is the first version. Let us see what we could get information here. So we remove the packaging, and this is our initial version, and the packaging is not there in the first one. Also, we added the sheet metal with folding and painting activity, so we could see. So here, even if there is a component and there is a price difference, suppose these versions were created in different days, the price will be highlighted with orange, and the components presence and absence of components will be highlighted with green and red. So in this webinar, we thought of covering these features. We will be covering another rest of the features in upcoming webinar. I hope this helped in getting clarifications regarding Orbis PCC features.